Hi, welcome into the stream, everybody. And we have big news for Sunderland fans. Is Steward Donald set to sell the club for 27 million? It's according to the Sunderland Times that Steward Donald is set to sell the club to Kirill Louis Dreyfus, is one of the three heirs to his father's fortune following his death in 2009, and is estimated to have a trust fund worth more than 2 billion that is held by his mother, Margarita. She remains a minority shareholder in Marseille, having sold the majority of her shares in 2016. And the other one says, according to The Guardian, Steward Donald has agreed a deal to sell the club to a consortium led by minority shareholder Juan Sartori and Kirill Louis Dreyfus, the 22-year-old son of former Marseille owner Robert, but looks to retain 50% of his shares. So this is big news for Sunderland fans. Is Steward Donald set to leave the club? And is Steward Donald set to leave the club? Is Steward Donald set to leave the club? And hopefully some new owners come in. So this is a very good news that's come out this afternoon. Very good news for Sunderland fans, because I want Steward Donald out. He's not good to be the owner of this football club. According to this, Steward Donald is set to sell the club for 22 million. So who is this? Who is these two owners? Well, the son and father relationship. The son's 22 years old. Former Marseille owners, so they've obviously owned a club in France. So yes, this is very good news for Sunderland fans. Very good news. Steward Donald might be set to buy the club, to leave the club, and this is big news. And I'm excited. I'm excited about this news. Because in the upcoming days they could take over from Steward Donald, and this would be a big step for Sunderland in the future seasons. In this season, not just this season, but the season after that and the season after that. And if Steward Donald can get this done, can get this deal done, then this is going to be a big deal. So yes, and people's thoughts. Not 100%, as Donald and Metham will still hold shares. Sounds better than the storyteller. This is good or bad. Wow. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Some people have commented about that. Some more comments. Check post before this. Yeah, but Donald retaining a 15% share in the club, isn't he? Or am I wrong? Tell me that's good, son and young man. Get your wallet out. Oh yes, Rich. For context, check for previous posts. So mixed comments. A lot of people seem to like it. The owners that want to buy the club, obviously they've got loads of money in the bank, which will be good for Sunderland, because if they're bringing money into the club, they can strengthen the squad, and they can have the full back. They'll have the full backing for Phil Parkinson at Sunderland, and that's what Phil Parkinson needs. So yes, a very promising day for Sunderland fans. And if this deal does happen, I think we'll be looking up. Future will be looking bright for Sunderland. You know, if these owners are rich and have money and bring it into the club, and that's going to bode well for Sunderland, because they lost a lot of money due to this pandemic. And if they can bring some money into the club, they can strengthen the squad. They can get promoted into the Championship, hopefully, and start to move on. Because at the minute, we are going absolute nowhere. There's no plan with Steward Donald. There's no plan whatsoever with having Steward Donald in the owner. There's no plan whatsoever. He's hiding. He doesn't want to speak out. Apparently he's been threatened by some Sunderland fans, and he's been calling the police on them. And he is not the right owner for this club. And if we can get these owners in, it's going to be a big boost for Sunderland Football Club, and things will be looking up for us. I don't know these owners, I've never heard of them, but if they got money and they're going to have full backing, if they're going to back the club, I don't know who these owners are, but if they have money and they're going to back the club and they're going to back Phil Parkinson, then yes, that'll be buzzing. I'll be happy about that. But I hope these owners, if they do come in, that have full backing of Phil Parkinson, they'll bring money into the club, and Sunderland will move out of League One and start to move into the leagues back to where we belong, which is the Premier League. So yes, I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully this deal goes through. Obviously, it's not certain. There's been a lot of rumours, obviously, about William Storey taking over, but that was obviously that never happened. It was a bit of a farce, but that never happened. But hopefully this deal will go through and we'll get new owners and the club will start moving forward, because, as I say, at the minute, the club is moving backwards. Steward Donald came into the club, he spoke out and he said, I'm going to have full backing for any manager that comes in. I'm going to back them. I'm going to bring money in. I'm going to inform the fans what's going on behind the scenes. And he's not done that since he came into the club. And when Sunderland lost the playoff final, he thought if Sunderland got up into the Championship, he would be, he'll be, one of the best owners. But that didn't happen, and he's crumbled. Steward Donald, ever since Sunderland lost that playoff final, Steward Donald has crumbled. He's lost his momentum as an owner. He's just lost the support. He's lost the will to support. He doesn't care about the club. And if Steward Donald wanted Sunderland to go up the league when he came in, and unfortunately that didn't happen. And after that, he didn't have any backing whatsoever for the club. He didn't care. He never spoke out. So we don't know what he's been doing behind the scenes at that club. But I hope he gets out of that club and we bring these new owners in, which will be a very, very big boost. I'm confident that we'll get these owners. I'm very confident. It's a very good day for Sunderland fans to hear. So hopefully these owners will come in and back the club and bring money in, and Sunderland will start to creep up the leagues and really be, back to where the club needs to be, which hasn't been for a very long time, because we've had crop owners that don't care about the club. But hopefully these owners come in and they love the club and they'll stick with the club, whatever happens, and they'll have full support. And we haven't had owners like that ever, because we've had Ellis Short that's been he's been an arse. He's hidden behind the scenes. He didn't care about the club, Ellis Short. He's dragged Sunderland into this position. We've got Steward Donald, and he's exactly the same. Steward Donald is a complete joke at this club. He doesn't care whatsoever. He doesn't care if Sunderland stay in another season in League One. He's not bothered whatsoever. That's why Steward Donald wants to get rid of this club and wants to sell it on, and hopefully he will sell it on to these two former Marseille owners, and I'm very hopeful that this will happen. I know there was hype about William Storey taking over, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. But hopefully this one does, and I'll have full backing of these owners if they take the club. And please, I'm hoping these owners who come in, if they come in, please back the club. Don't, because this is what Stu Donald did. When he came into the club, he said, the first words he said was, I'm going to support the club. I'm going to back Phil Parkinson. I'm going to back the club. I'm going to bring money in, and I'm going to try and get Sunderland back where they belong. Has he done that? No, he has not. Steward Donald has promised something, and he's not kept his promise. And look where Sunderland are right now. Third consecutive season in League One, and we cannot stay in League One for another season, because Sunderland will go down into rock bottom, and it's going to be hard to come back up. But if we get these owners this season, and switch Sunderland really, and they bring money into the club and buy some players in the January window, Sunderland can definitely get promoted from League One, and that will be such a boost to the football club, to the city, to the supporters, to everybody in the world that's a Sunderland fan. And Sunderland is not just a football club. It's our community. We love the club. We do always have backing of the players, but when something is not going right, And when you've got like Steward Donald, who does not care about the club and does not give 2s about the club, it really does frustrate our fans, because last season we went to see Sunderland week in, week out with full support, giving Sunderland players our full support, giving them confidence. And what does Steward Donald do? He did not give one crap about the supporters, about the fans. He did not give a crap about the players. He did not give a crap about Phil Parkinson. And almost certainly he did not give a crap that Sunderland didn't go up last season, because Phil Parkinson's Steward Donald did not once say last season that I'm sorry, fans, about what happened last season. We finished 9th, the lowest we've ever finished in a League One's flight the season. And Steward Donald never said once last season that he's sorry. He will try and fix this. I'll try and bring money into the club for next season. He never said once he will do that stuff. And that really, really annoyed me. He doesn't care about the club. He's never once spoke up last season or this season. And he does not give two tuppence about anything to do with Sunderland, and that's why we need to get him out and bring these new owners in. We need an owner again that will back the club, that will bring money into the club, most importantly, and will back the Phil Parkinson. That's what we need the most. Bring money into the club and back Phil Parkinson. Phil Parkinson last season has not had backing, and he's not had backing this season because Steward Donald does not care about anything to do with the club. And you know what? We love this club so much that we don't deserve to be treated like this. The Sunderland fans don't deserve to be treated like this. Sunderland fans, the fan base at Sunderland is exceptional. Even in League One, Sunderland have had 35,000 attendance every week against Wimbledon at home, against Lincoln City, more than Manchester City did when they were in League One. It's absolutely incredible. And what do we get for it? Sorry, I was going to swear. What do we get for it? Crap. We get treated like crap from the owner. We get treated like crap from the owner in Metham. That's who we get treated crap by. And week in, week out, we get fans in that stadium, 30,000 a week, against Lincoln City, AFC Wimbledon, Rochdale, Plymouth, Blackpool, Burton Albion. And guess what? What do we get for it? We get treated like crap. And not many teams in League One will have that attendance. Only Sunderland have topped that every single year with the top attendance at home in League One. Every single week, no matter if it's home or away, those Sunderland fans will travel miles and miles to see their beloved Sunderland. And what do they get? Treat like crap. Because you know what, Steward Donald? You do not give two tuppence about the fans. The fans travel miles, spend all their money to see Sunderland, their beloved Sunderland. And what does he get? What do they get? Absolute nothing. He never even says thank you for all the support this season. You are wonderful fans. You deserve better than this. He's not said that once because he does not care. He does not care one bit about the club. And you know what? That's why I don't like this man, and everybody will agree with me. He is not the right man. He has not been the right man. I trusted what he said at the beginning when he came in. I really backed him. I trusted him, what he said. He said he will back the club. He really wants to be a Sunderland owner. He loves the club. It's a big, massive club, and he wants to get them back up. In the first season that Sunderland didn't go up, he gave up. That's the word. Steward Donald just gave up. He couldn't be bothered anymore. He wanted to do it the first season. When he came in, he stepped in, he wanted Sunderland to go up in the first season. And when Sunderland didn't go up, he just fell down. He didn't care. He gave up. He just gave up. He didn't want to even try to move on from that and try and get Sunderland back up again. But you know what? We need owners that will back the club, that will care about the club, that will have this, that will back the Phil Parkinson, that will support them every single week, and most importantly, bring money into the club. That's what Sunderland need, and we need owners that we haven't had before, who will care about the club back, who will back the fans, everything. We need owners like that, and it's been too many, far often, that Sunderland fans have been treated by poor owners. It's every single season we've been trapped by poor owners. Ellis Short and Stewart Donald, we deserve better. Sunderland fans deserve better than this. We do, honestly. We do deserve better than this. And I'm sitting here right now thinking, Stewart Donald, what is he doing right now? What is he doing right now? And what has he done? Last game, the last game, the last game, the last game. What has he done? What has Stewart Donald done in pre-season? What has he done? What has he done? He's given nothing. He's given no money to Phil Parkinson to spend to improve the squad. He hasn't done that. Stewart Donald has done absolute nothing in pre-season to try and strengthen the squad and try and get Sunderland back up in the Championship. He's done nothing like that. All Phil Parkinson could do is bring loan players in from clubs like in League 2, League 1, who have not much, who don't have that quality that we need. That's what we owners we need. We need owners that will back Parkinson, give Parkinson money to spend to strengthen the squad. And Stewart Donald has not done that, and he's not done that when he came here. He's not given Parkinson. I know he hasn't had much money, but he hasn't had much money to spend. To be fair, to give Parkinson, but he hasn't even tried. All Phil Parkinson could do is bring players on loan from lower leagues. And people say Phil Parkinson's not the right man. If Phil Parkinson had bloody money to spend and to strengthen the squad, Phil Parkinson will be a better manager. But Stewart Donald is not doing that. And you know what? I don't care about Stewart Donald. I don't like him. And you know what? It's making me very angry right now. And it's made me a bit more positive that we've got these two owners that might be coming in. And I hope it does happen, because I can't bear Son and stick with Stewart Donald for another season. I can't. I really can't. We need to get him out quickly as possible as we can. So yes, I hope it happens. Because honestly, it's really, really annoying me. And you know what the worst thing is, right? All these fans are criticising Phil Parkinson for his tactics, for his management in games, but Phil Parkinson hasn't got people on the bench that he can bring on that will produce quality when they come on. He hasn't got that, because Phil Parkinson's got an average team. He can't just bring someone on the bench and he's got quality like these top teams have. It's very difficult for Phil Parkinson, and he's not getting credit enough. Sunderland are sixth in the league this season. You know what? We've got an average team. And you know what? We probably haven't even got a better team than Portsmouth or Peterborough, but we're sixth in the league because Phil Parkinson cares about the club. He wants to get Sunderland back up in the Championship, and he wants to stay. And he's done it with Bolton. He got them from League 2 to League 1 Championship, because Phil Parkinson had backing at Bolton Wanderers. He could bring in players and spend money like Adam Lafondra, Sammy Amiobi. All these players he brought in that were quality, experienced. But Phil Parkinson has got nobody that he can bring on the bench. If someone having a poor game, Phil Parkinson just can't just play someone on the bench that has quality and can change the game. He hasn't even got a striker. He's got strikers on the bench that can't score. He's got one striker, Charlie White, that can score goals. But what's Phil Parkinson supposed to do if Sunderland aren't scoring enough goals? He can't just bring on. He can't. All he can do is bring on Will Grigg and Danny Graham, but they can't score goals. So what can Phil Parkinson do? He's not a miracle worker. He can't just go like that, and he's got a player that he can't just go like that and expect Will Grigg to start scoring goals and Danny Graham to start scoring goals. Individually, Danny Graham and Will Grigg have to. It's their individual. Danny Graham and Will Grigg have to start improving. Phil Parkinson can only do what he can, and he's trying his best. But Danny Graham is useless. Will Grigg is useless. And I say all the time that Charlie White is the only one that can score goals. And what happens if Charlie White is injured? What happens then? Phil Parkinson's stuck. What's he going to do then? He's got Will Grigg sitting on the bench. He can't score a bloody goal. He's got Danny Graham sitting on the bench that can't score a bloody goal. So what's he going to do? What's Phil Parkinson going to do? And then you're going to have some of the Sunderland fans saying, oh, we're going to use of not scoring enough goals. But why are we not scoring enough goals? It's because it's not Phil Parkinson's fault. It's because of Will Grigg's fault in Danny Graham, because they're not scoring enough goals. 3 million we bought for Danny Graham, the most expensive player, a team that's bought a player in League One. And what's Will Grigg done? He's only scored 5 goals for Sunderland in 2 years, and most of those were in the EFL Trophy pre-season, and 2 penalties in the league. That's a horrendous stat for how much you paid for him. 3 million. Stewart Donald wasted his money on Will Grigg. Stewart Donald battled to get this. Stewart Donald battled and battled and battled to get Will Grigg, and he even upped the price to 3 million. And I bet Stewart is regretting that, because we could have bought someone better than him for 3 million that could score goals. Will Grigg's been diabolical. So yes, I hope these owners, I hope Stewart Donald leaves and he sells the club to these 2 owners, a father and a son, that used to own Marseille. And I hope this deal goes through. I hope it does. So any questions you want to put down, anything, just put them down. And I'm just angry right now. I really am angry. But bit of positive today. We might be getting new owners. Hopefully this week the deal might start to edge ever closer. But yes, I'm going to go now, everybody. But I'll be back for you at 5:15 for the women's game in France. So you won't want to miss that 5:15. Kickoff's 5:30, so I'll be there 15 minutes earlier. So do not miss it, and put your set reminder on for that one if you want to do it, so you don't forget. And thank you for everybody that's come on today, this afternoon. And I'll be back in a couple of hours' time to do the women's French football. So thank you for all coming on. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you for liking my video, whoever that is. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And yes, so I'll be back with you in a couple of hours for the Lyon versus Seahawks game in the French Women's League. So yes, I'll be back with you in a couple of hours. Take care, everybody, and see you soon. Until then, bye.